Welcome back to the Esports Juice Box, where we break down this week's esports news into digestible sizes for your easy consumption. In this episode, we will recap the quarterfinals of Worlds 2023 and bring you all the latest in CSGO and Valorant. The quarterfinals concluded this week with stellar performances from the LPL teams. Unfortunately, for the North Americans, things went south as usual. In the first series of the quarterfinals, NRG, the last hope of North America in this year's Worlds, was crushed by Weibo Gaming in a 3-0 sweep despite claiming blue side for 3 games in a row. In Game 1 of the series, the two teams battled in a near 40 minutes brawl. This game was definitely a close one as NRG lost the game with a mere 3k gold difference. However, this game completely exposed NRG's bot lane, consisting of FBI and Ignar, against the elite LPL duo of Light and Crisp. By the end of the game, Light accumulated more than 200 CS against Ignar, making it perhaps the largest CS deficit in this year's Worlds. In the subsequent games, NRG's bot lane duo continues to struggle as Light maintains his stellar performances. In the second game, Light finished with a 9-1 KD and a 700 gold bounty that was never claimed. In the third game, despite the Aphelios ban, it was all too late for NRG as they crumbled over the Hex Soul-fueled Weibo Gaming in a sub-30-minute loss. Check out this insane jizz snipe from the Shy.
There's no chance left for Energy as FBI is sniped from downtown. A double kill back for Xiaohu. He's ready to silence the doubters, to quiet the haters. Weibo is going to go through those Nexus turrets like butter. Hope is a dangerous thing, and Weibo will crush the hopes of North America, crush the Nexus turrets, and crush this quarterfinal. They earn their place in the semifinals.
The best series of this year's quarterfinals is definitely between Gen.G and BLG, as Gen.G almost came back from down 2 games to claim the series. In all 5 games, BLG's jungler Sin completely dominated despite wins or losses. In the first 2 games, BLG defeated Gen.G in sub-30-minute victories paired with Dragon Souls as Gen.G went Drakeless for both games. Check out these incredible engages from BLG.
The engage goes wide. Gen.G now don't have an easy way to start the fight. Doran
gonna get brought back, pops the stopwatch, handshake coming out, Moonlight Vigil does hit the Infernum, there's the hostile takeover, Cataclysm onto the backline though, and Doran's been locked up, the Shockwave finds him. The Devourer comes out as Chovy starts to retreat, but already it's 2 kills to BLG, and Gen.G are found wanting by the unwanted aggression from BLG.
In Game 3, Gen.G's 17-year-old ADC, the kill leader of the LCK, Payas, had an incredible 7-1 AP Kai'Sa performance. Roll the highlights.
Going forward has been with the Dominus is locked up. Stopwatch, is it enough to buy him enough time to get out? It is for now, but Pace dives forward and Bin dies and fight for the Elder, but Gen.G are looking for the Nexus. Shun already called out as they look for more. He's trying to get away, but there's 1, there's 2, there's more for Gen.G. Pace diving forward, the killer instinct living up to its name as Shun tries to get away and will escape to live another day, but the Nexus the target in the eyes of Gen.G as they are looking to fight back in this series. A reverse sweep is what it will take, and Gen.G have taken the first step.
In the fourth game, BLG continues to struggle with their team composition as the team drafted Ashe, a non-mobile AD carry, against a team full of crowd control engagers. In this game, the live pick by Peanut worked wonders for Gen.G as BLG's carries were easily locked down by her ultimate. In the last game of the series, despite Gen.G's efforts, the game was lost in the drafting phase. The bot lane duo of Senna and Tahm Kench hard countered Gen.G's Kai'Sa and Rail lane. The crowd control and self-sustain of Kench and Senna can disregard any engages by the Rail and Kai'Sa duo, making Gen.G's bottom lane comp basically obsolete when it comes to skirmishes. In the end, the BLG duo of Elk and On came out victorious against Gen.G, dying only once in the 33 minutes brawl. Check out these insane engages from BLG's jungler Shun.
Ashe away, but Shun still able to land the knock of the Shockwave. was waiting, couldn't quite find his mark, but the flames are spitting from Bin, and Chovy cataclysmed into an early grave, and now Gen G on the back foot. BLG, 5 members strong, will take the inhib. Will they look for more?
I mean, why wouldn't they? They have the Nexus in their eyes. PLG are looking to end it here.
Chovy looking for something. Delay already caught out by Bin. He's going to have to dash away on going in with the Abyssal Voyage. Chovy looking for that flank position, but the Equalizer coming down, and once again doesn't quite get him into the wall. Elk gobbled up as On is going to spit him out, and the tower's already gone down. Dawning Shadow out as Peanut balls everyone on Gen G is so low. Elk still full HP pretty much as he heals up with a piercing dark.
As for the tournament favorites, JDG and T1, things went as expected, as they were both able to close out their opponents in less than 4 games. For T1, to everyone's surprise, they steamrolled over LNG in a 3-0 sweep, closing out all matches in the early and mid game. The series is definitely a great confidence boost for all T1 members, as the team have struggled with early game matchups for the entirety of this tournament. In the series, Ruler proved himself once again as the best AD carry in the world. In the last team fight of Game 4, the 2 Baron buffed minions claimed the spotlight as they slowly destroyed KD's Nexus, while a massive team fight was happening between the teams. Roll the clip.
Opportunity on the missing, but he's so slippery, and now the Nexus is exposed. JDG a few auto attacks away from the semifinals as the kick comes in. Aiming tries to stand his ground, but the Nexus is being followed. It's so low!
Going into the semifinals, the matchups are looking incredibly similar to the LPL playoffs, but with T1 from the LCK, the only team not from China. The series between T1 and JDG is certainly going to be the best series in this year's Worlds. By redefining their team compositions and strategies in a match against LNG, T1 will undoubtedly prove a challenge for JDG, who is on track to complete the Golden Road this year if they are to win Worlds. Personally, I expect JDG to come out on top, as their players are on a whole different level mechanically when matched against T1. In addition, if BLG comes on top against Weibo Gaming in the brackets, JDG is almost certain to become the first team ever in competitive League of Legends history to complete the Golden Road, as BLG has accumulated the stunning record of 8 losses against JDG in a single year. For all the league fans, make sure to watch the upcoming quarterfinal games playing this weekend.
Now in Counter-Strike, we saw some rosters stabilize as teams began to solidify their roster. First, NiKo is set to return to G2. Earlier in the week, after the filming of last week's episode, reports came out that G2 star rifler NiKo was set to join the Saudi-funded Falcons team that is trying to form a super team, with coach Zonic, Vitality rifler Magisk, and ENCE rifler Snappy, all rumored to be basically signed with the org. However, NiKo decided to return to G2 in what appears to be a last-minute decision. I'm very interested to see what could have happened behind closed doors to make NiKo reconsider, since the reports seem to indicate that a deal was basically already done with Team Falcons. Former Cloud9 Opera Shiro and ENCE Opera Sun Pius are both rumored to be in talks with Falcons as well. In preparation for these potential signings, Falcons have benched 4 of their 5 members, these players being NPK, Body, MHL, and Lonex. Boros is the only remaining member on the active roster. Now, 2 more events have wrapped up, as FaZe won the Thunder Pick World Championship and Virtus Pro won the Rubet Cup. This has been a rather interesting last few weeks for Virtus Pro, since they participated in both the Rubet Cup and the Thunder Pick World Championship, finishing in 2nd place behind FaZe in the latter tournament. The Thunder Pick World Championship was definitely the more competitive of the 2, but the Rubek Cup saw some good performances, from Monty, who finished 2nd, and Furia, who took the eventual champions in Virtus Pro to 3 maps. And not to mention that Virtus Pro and Jame looked amazing on CS2 in their first big performances of the year. Speaking of FaZe, as more professional games and tournaments are being held and completed, criticism against the game by professional players have grown, with FaZe's star rifler Twists highlighting some of the issues, like Piku's advantage, high ping, and weird collision physics on certain maps. Valve has so far been pretty good at fixing these, with basically weekly bug fixes. but bugs still remain, and they have yet to address some of the issues with Pico's advantage. Finally, Valve has made some changes to the major rules ahead of the PGL Major Copenhagen, the first major that is set to be held in Counter-Strike 2. These changes include a change in the seeding process, which is now based off of Valve's regional standings instead of RMR performance. They also set the Swiss stage matchups based on seed, with the number 1 team playing the number 8 team, the number 2 team playing the number 9 team, the number 3 team playing the number 10 team, and so on and so forth, going all the way down to the number 18 playing the number 16 team. This should create some more parity in the Swiss round of the tournament. Finally, Valve renamed the 3 stages of the major, from Challengers, Legends, and Champions to Opening, Elimination, and Playoffs. This, I assume, is to make the stages easier to understand, which I think are much better names for clarity. Now for a little Valorant news. Riot Games has announced the introduction of VCT Challengers, which aims to foster talent for the main VCT leagues. The Challengers League will be the Tier 2 scene of the professional scene. They will play nearly year-round with 2 mini-seasons that each culminate with the winner having a chance to be promoted into the big leagues through an Ascension tournament /game/series. This should be a good competitive change that should make the road to professionals as clear as possible for aspiring teams and players. And that's it for this week on the Esports Juice Box. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. That went pretty good.